Coming up, it's tournament time at BU, and the women's ice hockey team brings home a championship. Agganis Arena celebrates 20 years, and the women's indoor track and field squad is crowned champs. Yeah, we got your highlights right here on BU Terriers Unleashed. After a 21-win regular season, the BU women's ice hockey team skated into the Hockey East tournament looking to return to the top of the league.
What a remarkable year. Huge testament to our players who just bought in. It made it a lot of fun.
It was really cool to be part of a team with such an amazing culture, and how we want to show up every single day was just unbelievable, and it just got better as the season went on.
Facing Vermont in the quarterfinals at home, the Terriers under second-year head coach Tara Watchhorn would find themselves down 3 times in this contest before junior Sydney Healy buried one to send the game into overtime.
Deflection, scores!
Welky's obviously doing their thing and moving it up to Maeve, who took a great shot that I was able to just get my stick on and put it in the back of the net.
Coming from behind that many times in a game and then able to finish it off in overtime, their confidence comes from, I think we talked about a lot down the stretch, learning how to win.
Yeah, we never gave up and went to overtime, and I think the entire overtime there wasn't a doubt in my mind that we weren't going to win that game.
Looking for a tip, couple one scores! It's Walsh!
Putting Riley out there, she's always going to create some scoring chances for us. And, when she put that in the back of the net, I don't think anyone on the team had a doubt that we were going into that game and we were winning.
Next up, were crosstown rivals Boston College. It was the Terriers' first trip to the semifinals since 2019. Winning this one would send BU to the Hockey East Championship game.
Battle of Comab, it's always a big game.
We love playing against BC. That rivalry is super fun to play, and so we really want to enjoy the moment.
Shanahan, set no!
Senior netminder Callie Shanahan was a rock, turning in a 38-save performance while stopping all 18 shots she faced in the third period.
Callie has been the foundation of why we've been so successful.
Never a doubt in my mind every time she was in the back of that net.
The longer that Callie was making those big saves for us, the more that we just knew we had the time to, do what we needed to do.
Right in front, score!
It was a back-and-forth contest, with the Terriers coming from behind once again. And once again, regulation wouldn't be enough to settle the score.
Once again, we're like, all right, we've been here before. We know what to do.
I went into that dressing room going into that second overtime, and I knew right then and there that we were going to do it.
It would take double overtime before Lindsay Bachna punched in a rebound, sending BU to the title game.
It was just a sense of relief and wow, we're actually here, and it was just an amazing moment.
It was off to Storrs, Connecticut to face the Northeastern Huskies, and an opportunity for BU to win their first Hockey East championship in 10 years.
I've never seen us jump so high and just have such a fire.
It didn't really feel real, to be honest. I remember sitting there waking up wow, we're about to be in the championship game, and it was such an amazing day, honestly.
This time, BU would get on the board first when captain Tamara Jaquento wristed a shot from the right circle.
I don't even know how Lily saw me in that moment. She made an unbelievable pass, and I tried to time it as well as I could and get it off my stick quick, but it was such a great feeling, especially with my best friends.
Having her score that goal and stuff just really set us on a good pace throughout the rest of the game.
BU would fall behind 2-1. But in the third period, junior forward Clara Yoon rung one off the far post to tie it up at 2. The Terriers forced overtime once again. A trip to the NCAA tournament would be decided by the next goal scored.
When she put that in the back of the net especially, there was no doubt once again that we were like, we got this.
Sydney Healy knocked in a rebound at 4:43 into overtime to give the Terriers their 6th Hockey East title.
Lily saw me going to the net, she just threw one on net, and the puck just bounced out to me, and I was ready for it. I had my stick on the ice.
That goal was just, honestly, I blacked out. I barely remember it. It was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it was real.
The junior forward was named tournament MVP for her outstanding postseason efforts.
It's a really good feeling to get that, but I think our entire team could have been MVPs.
Time to celebrate. Let's celebrate, live life on the edge.
With a trip to Madison, Wisconsin, the women's ice hockey team faced Clarkson in the NCAA regional semifinals. And although the Terriers fell 3-1, the team celebrated their best record since the 2019-2020 season and were crowned Hockey East champs.
They played really well, but we stuck with it and almost tied it once again. So the silver lining is belief and experience and wanting to get back.
BU needs to be there every single year. We're an amazing school, an amazing program. That should be like bare minimum. We're gonna expect that every single year.
Having such a tight team and, you know, wanting to win for each other and loving each other, it's just, it goes such a long way.
Sometimes there's something magical about a season of the timing and the right people, and you just have to enjoy it. And there's so much good, and it's going to be one that we remember forever.
I really do love every single person, especially this year. It's been a culture and a team that I'll never forget, and I'll always cherish every moment for the rest of my life.
Coming up, the women's indoor track and field team ran, jumped, and tossed their way to a Patriot League championship. We'll show you how when BU Terriers Unleashed comes back. For the third time in program history and the first time since 2016, the BU women's track and field team won the Patriot League Indoor Track and Field Championship. First-year director of track and field Grant Cartwright was named Coach of the Year. BU amassed 166 points, its second highest point total in history, en route to the title.
That was such a fun experience. Finally, we were able to win.
It's one thing to talk about how to win, but when you actually walk through it, it really changes some things on a cultural level. The women's team has even larger aspirations this season, but also in the future.
It'll be the reason why this team is forever changed and is defining ourselves as champions no matter what.
Junior Peace Amanzane took gold in the triple jump to sweep the horizontal jumps for the second consecutive year. In the long jump, she won the event with a 6.2-meter jump, setting a school record and a meet record. Peace was named Field Athlete of the Meet.
There it is, it finally happened. To get the school record at leagues in the finals, kind of insane.
She's going to come in, what do I need to do today to be the best that I can be for my team? Her perseverance and determination every single day that she comes in and out of the track, and what she does in the classroom as well. She's just an incredible asset to have on the team.
I have these incredible teammates that push me to do greater things than I've ever done, and every single person on our squad put in such an insane amount of effort, and I just knew that everything that we were doing was for each other.
Junior Ellie Roan kicked off day one of the Patriot League Championships with a 20.43-meter mark in the weight throw. She broke her own school record on the way to winning gold in the event.
She takes one day at a time, listens to the coaching, and really did a great job executing when it mattered at Patriot Leagues with 2 PRs, both in shot and weight, and obviously a school record in the weight as well, too.
And junior Vera Schoberg continued her dominance as a Terrier distance runner. Vera's contributions were a big part of the Women's Patriot League Championship. In the 5,000 meters, she won her 4th Patriot League gold medal and set a facility record on day one of the meet.
I was very excited about it, and our position as a team, potentially winning, we had a good chance.
Vera's just the greatest at everything she does, whether it's classroom, track, community, watching her personal development. She's grown as much as anybody I've seen.
She defended her titles in the 3,000 meter, swept the distance events, and she's the first in Patriot League history to claim gold in the mile, 3,000 meter, and 5,000 meter in back-to-back years at the Indoor Championships.
Vera is an insane athlete, a freak of nature, if you will. There's no one sweeter on the team. You can tell just how much she cares about everybody. Her drive, it's incredible. It's such an incredible thing to witness and experience.
Vera was named Patriot League Track Athlete of the Meet for her outstanding performances. On the men's side, grad student Foster Malik crushed it all season. He broke records, dominating in both the 3K and the mile. Foster earned 2 gold medals after winning the mile and the 3,000 meter at the Patriot League Championships. He set a facility record in the mile, running 3:58 to win the event. It was the second straight year Malik had won the mile, and his time was the first sub-4-minute mark in the mile at that meet.
I'm very inspired by him and how he races.
You know, when I see her race and go get All-American at NCAAs, then when I have to race 2 hours later, it's motivation for me to try and, you know, keep up to her level. So yeah, no, it's been great.
What Foster's continued to do is every single year, successes or failures, he's learned from both of those. And again, same thing with Foster that I'd say about Vera as well too, is he has already been acting like he is a world level, you know, NCAA All-American before he even got that title.
Both Schoberg and Malik represented the Terriers at the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships. Foster wrapped up his BU career in the mile, crossing the line in 3:54 to become the first Terrier male in 10 years to earn first-team All-American honors.
That was kind of the pinnacle for me in every way, and it had always been my goal to get there. And so to get there and then perform as well as I did definitely stands out.
Vera was also an All-American in the mile, becoming just the 4th women's indoor first-teamer in the history of the Patriot League, and just the 2nd from the league this century.
That was like my goal for the season, to make nationals. I was just really happy to be there, and it was a really cool experience.
Coming away with a 3rd place finish when I went in ranked 13th, so I think that was, I mean, as good as it gets for me.
In March, both were invited to represent their respective countries at the 2025 World Athletics Indoor Championships that were held in China.
I couldn't believe it at first.
You know, going in, I was just trying to compete and you know, show that I belong there, and I think I was able to do that.
Representing Sweden was really cool.
It was a great experience overall.
When you look at those two, they love what they do. They're obsessed with what they do every single day. The winning is a byproduct of that. I think that's really special when you can have a role model like that on the team for everybody else to look up to. I'm striving for perfection. I'm not striving to just win one championship. I want to continue to win, and that's what I think is going to bring the best out of these student athletes.
Up next, Agganis Arena, which is named after BU legend and All-American football star Harry Agganis, is celebrating its 20th birthday. We'll find out more about the Golden Greek, the arena, and its importance to BU athletics when we come back. Constructed 2 decades ago, Agganis Arena on the campus of Boston University was named after legendary football and baseball star Harry Agganis. Athletic director Drew Marrochello took center ice with members of the Agganis family to commemorate Harry's legacy.
Agganis Arena has now been open for 20 years, but the association with the Agganis family in Boston University extends back to the late 1940s when Harry Agganis, arguably BU's greatest athlete, enrolled in school. I'm joined today by Harry's nephew, Mike, and Harry's grandnephew, Greg, as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of Agganis Arena and the Agganis family. Guys, good to be here with you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the arena, right? Obviously our backdrop right now, it looks as good, if not better, than it did when it opened. Tell us about your role in making this all a reality.
Well, I got a call in 2002 from my uncle, Phil, and he said, Boston University wants to name the arena after Harry. He said, we want you to take over for the Agganis family because we're too old. And it was a great honor for me to get that okay from my uncle and my uncles. And we went through all of the diagrams and how the arena was going to be laid out. And it was such a great honor to be part of that, knowing this arena was going to be named after my uncle. He would be tickled pink to know that it was, because his love for Boston University was beyond love.
Harry loved BU. He had 72 college offers and decided to pick BU over a lot of top football schools. And he decided to stay in Boston, and it was a great decision.
To show you his commitment to Boston University, when he was playing with the Boston Red Sox, he would come here and coach Boston University football team. And then he would go to the Red Sox. He'd come here early in the morning and then go to Fenway Park and play his games. So his commitment was so much for Boston University.
Talk a little bit about Harry as an athlete.
As an all-around high school athlete, Harry surpassed them all. Harry started his career at 14 years old, playing semi-pro baseball under the name of Ted Casey. He played an exhibition game against a major league team. He went 2 for 4 at 14. That's when his career started.
The #1 draft pick for the Cleveland Browns, 13th overall. The #1 draft pick by the Boston Red Sox was going to be the first professional dual sport athlete before Bo Jackson.
First round pick in football and a first round pick in baseball. Harry was the first one. The next one, and the only one, was Kyle Murray, who just did that in 2023.
You just talked about his on-field exploits and awards and honors. Tell me something off the field that people need to know about Harry Agganis.
Harry Agganis, in 1946, brought his team and won the national high school football title. The following year, he qualified the team again to compete, with exceptions. They could not take two of their players, Pittman and Smith. Harry immediately said, "I'm not going." So Harry addressed the team. He said, "I'm not going. If you guys want to go, I'm not going." They backed him. I'm going to read something that I wrote. Harry's action upheld the dignity of the black players, ensuring they didn't feel uncomfortable about being the reason the team couldn't bring them to the game. His decision emphasized unity, stating that the team was equal and that there was a collective choice, so no response was needed by the black players. That tells you a lot about an 18-year-old kid and how he handled a controversial issue and how he made those two black players feel accepted. That's a beautiful story.
Greg, any stories that have been passed down to you?
What I liked about Harry was he was always joking. He was always having a good time with his teammates. He was always sensitive to how teammates felt about during the game, after the game, trying to uplift everybody around him. He didn't want the limelight. He was very humble. That's kind of what I liked as a person.
You guys have been, as I said, associated with this great institution for a long time. You've been involved, you've been connected. What have you seen?
Well, you guys done an amazing job with the department here. We have a first-class facility here, one of the best in the country. Kudos out to the staff here that gives a great fan experience, not just hockey, but to the concerts, to the family shows. It's a great honor for people to walk by that statue and see Harry's presence here. The players and the student athletes, how they balance their academics and their athletics in a day is amazing.
I'm so proud of Harry as a person, how he carried himself, commitments to family, to the university. He had dignity. He was a great role model at BU, and we're going to keep pushing that.
You guys aren't just friends, you're like family to me, and I know I echo that sentiment for a lot of people here. You mean so much to us, and you're so generous. We thank you for everything you did to make this arena a reality, and thank you for everything you continue to do for Boston University.
And also thank Boston University for what they've done for Harry, too.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was another Frozen Four run for the BU men's hockey team. When we come back, we'll take a few snapshots of the Terriers' memorable season. Stay with us. For the third consecutive season, the BU men's hockey team battled for a national championship at the Frozen Four. It was a team that learned how to win, improving throughout the season.
Really proud of our team. Have some tough games where we don't start very well, but find a way to come back and win really important games. It just says a lot about the resilience of our group.
The first trophy of the year was won overseas when the Terriers rung the bell pot in Northern Ireland.
Gave us a lot of confidence going into every championship game that we were in, or big game that we had the rest of the year. That we've done it before, we've been there, we've seen it. And we can do it again.
On the second Monday in February, the Terriers hoisted the Beanpot in a dominating win over BC.
It's a great experience winning the Beanpot, and for our guys to experience that was huge.
Be able to win that, BC was #1 in the country at the time, so that was definitely huge for our confidence.
It was off to the NCAA Regionals and a chance for a trip to the Frozen Four. After beating Ohio State, only Cornell stood in the way.
That Cornell game was great. They're such a big, fast, kind of defensive team that, it's always hard to play against. We knew it wasn't going to be a high-scoring game.
For our guys to stick with it and then get into overtime and find a way to win that game was huge for our team.
A trip to the Frozen Four in St. Louis was this season's final destination. The Terriers beat Penn State and earned an opportunity to play for the national championship.
Winning that semifinal game was huge for us.
We kind of had a good game plan, watched a lot of film, kind of practiced their system, good understanding of how they played.
They pushed in the third, but we stuck with it and found a way to win that game.
Despite the loss, the Terriers were proud of their efforts to get to the finals.
We didn't get the result that we wanted, but at the end of the day, it's a national championship. It's two good teams. Anyone can win. I mean, it was pretty cool just, knowing that we made it as far as we did.
After the championship game, several Terriers realized their dream, making their NHL debut.
It's awesome anytime players from this program that play for you achieve their goal playing in the National Hockey League.
Several players made the trek to Montreal to celebrate Captain Ryan Green's first game with the Blackhawks.
It's great to see Greeny in that Blackhawks jersey and a packed, Bell Center. That was pretty awesome.
It was unbelievable to be able to go up to Montreal to see Ryan play. We got a good group of guys that, were able to make that trip up there to see him, and it just shows how close we all are. Making a trip up to Montreal to see one of our best friends live out his dream, play in the NHL. I think it was super special.
You can bet the Terriers will be ready for another national championship run next season.
We're going to be young, but as far as talent and skill that we have, that we're putting out on the ice on a nightly basis, we can compete with anyone.
The wins keep coming, and the banners are flying on the best part of Com Ave. We're out of time for this show, but you can bet we'll be back with more trophies and sellies on the next episode of BU Terriers Unleashed. Thanks for watching.